Okay, here we are at session 2. You form your group, you have your members pretty much set up, you know what you're working with. So now you're looking for rehearsal spaces, places to practice. One of the easiest places to go, if possible, is first see about your drummer. A lot of times, most people will practice at the drummer's location because his drums are already set up. It's the biggest thing to move. If he has the space and he doesn't mind, maybe you can work out a deal with him. If not, next go to your church if you're doing gospel or a rec center, something like that. Good thing about a church is usually they already have the PA system set up for you and drums that you can play on. If not, then you either have to deal with, hey, I'm going to bring them to my house. We're going to go to a friend's house, or you can go to rehearsal spaces. Okay. Most rehearsal spaces may charge you about $100 for 2 hours, somewhere around there. So you got to realize now you're starting to get into expenses. So if you do go to a rehearsal space, and the best thing about it is basically you're talking pre-setup versus setup. Going into a rehearsal space, 90% of the time in the room, they have the PA system. They usually have a set of drums, a keyboard, a bass guitar amp, and a lead guitar amp there. Okay, at least 4 to 5 mics for you. So all you have to do is come in, bring your instruments, set up, practice for your 2 hours, and you're back out the door. If you're going to someone's home, if you're going to a church, if you're going to just a room that you rented, now you have to have your own PA system. You have to set up your drums. You have to set up your amps, everything, get everything tuned up and ready to go. So you might be looking at least a half hour to set up, a half hour to break down. That's if you're good at it. Okay, and then you still have to run your rehearsal. So you have to figure out which way you want to go with that and what's best for you. Also, what you want to look at is when you're dealing with that is, okay, first starting your group, what is the name going to be of the group? Whether you've already have a name that you have picked, maybe it's your professional group, maybe you're running everything, or if it's a group together, you have to together determine what that name is going to be. Also, you want to start with cover songs. The reason why you want to start with a cover song instead of just going to your straight original music is you can find the depth of your musicians. You can hear the ranges of all your vocalists when they're singing other people's cover songs and see where you're at with that. You can also tell what type of genre of the songs that you really like, whether you're better at the slower gospel songs or the up-tempo songs. Therefore, it gives you some ideas, and as you start writing your music, you can cater it to what you're going with. So you want to keep that in mind also. Once you've done that, you do 2 or 3 covers, you figure out who's going to be writing your music. I write all my own music for the group. The name of my group is Randy Young. Therefore, everything goes through me. Okay? I dictate who sings what songs. I write songs for certain people. And my total expectation, I carry everything, which means that I am totally responsible for the group financially. I pay for the rehearsal halls. I pay for everything that's going on. I pay for the studio time. I pay for everything that's going on. So therefore, when it comes back, it's on me. I sign all documents. I handle everything in that nature. If you're dealing with a group, sometimes you can say, hey, everybody's putting together to get you to that common denominator. That's up to you. But remember, sooner or later, you got to get to the point where you have something coming in, because you're going to have something going out. So keep that in mind. So once you've got that established, you're working on your songs, hopefully you found a place to practice. If you can find a place that doesn't cost you anything, that is the best way to go when starting a group. Unless you just starting a group that's under your name, so you know you're going to continue with what you're doing. You want to start off least expensive way to see where you're going, get it felt out, see how things are working. Once you get to that stage, now it's time to sit down, believe it or not, and reevaluate your goals. And that will be what we're talking about in our 3rd session. So you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.